के टाइम जगह अपनी गिफ्ट थिंग्स तो जनाई जैसे प्रेसिडेंट सर इतिया एक बर्निंग इश्यूज और अमी खान डिस्कशन चला ओबोरे अमी खान दिमापुर शहर दे NLTP Act 1989 तो हटाबो गानी इदु लगा चर्चा लगा ओबोरे नाका काउंसिल दिमापुर ब्रा होली एक कमिटी फॉर्म मुरे इना इतिया इदु कमिटी ब्रा कंसल्टेटिव मीटिंग लो दिमापुर पेस से सोस खांगे लो अभी अमी खान बिशी दिखबो परसे तदे अमी खान अपडेट लई किना जनिबो परे तका दो उजुले दो यते 80 to 90% of the CSO space Dimapur Kambra idu NLTP Act to Dimapur bra hatabo gani takhan idu agree creation na do amikan kunibo parese to as a Dimapur Naga Student Union as well as a young leader apni laga hinsap to Dimapur de yede NLTP Act to hatai dile bhala se na kui daga nishina churches Kambra kui daga nishina idu NLTP Act to natai gina kinaga ase enaga rakhile bhala se kuna apni la personal opinion kiya se na tu
you see सबसे आगे अपने गन के हैप्पी एडवेंट क्रिसमस मेरी क्रिसमस आसे सो सब की दिन से व्यूअर्स खान की भी एंड थैंक यू फॉर इंटरव्यूइंग मी इतु आमी खान नगा काउंसिल खान पर इतु कमिटी सेटअप कराते DNsu भी ऐसे मोस्ट ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन दिमापुर इतु एक बार लिस्ट करबो लागे गना सो DNsu आई थिंक during the time of Sir Sedevele when he was the president of Dimapur Naga Students Union तभी इतु prohibition to itu implement kan thaka to sab jaga de mudu biga karne DNsu kan pra itu rukhai kina liquors kan bhanga bhangi bi kurse do man tata khan rukhai dise itu liquor outlets khan dukan kiman ase sab bi bhanga bhangi itu rukhai kina bhanga bhi option we got lot of lashback from the society DNsu kan bishi man khan pra DNsu kan opportunity bia bia khota bi bisho like na se kunba to air for lashback kurse DNsu against they are not the authority body to inaga kurigena rukhawana parogeni khan bi ulaishe so we handed over this case to the Naga Council Dimapur either to it kana itu prohibition act to law to restriction kora to alta doing worse okay jana tak to drugs are getting cheaper than liquors alcohol and society khan bi bishi biya hoigena ase so we thought Dimapur itu NLTP Act thaki kena sab jaga to openly biga major way then we legalize because itu Nagaland Liquor Act Dimapur Liquor Act hesapra run korbo underage khan keni bikabo na parties khan de club khan de underage bacha khan ke allowed na korbo when you legalize it there are certain procedures legal ta liquor act hesapra to ami bi ekta modi biga mana sekole to government trade license with proper government liquor act regulation ase to 21 years in below bikana parbo these things can be regulated but when there is no legality itu act to itu leave kurikina liquor to legalize no kurse to people are going to sell randomly because to sab jaga to khulde ase college la bahar to khule ase school la bahar to khule ase na charges la 1 kilometer away to khule ase to itu khan jiti to prohibition leave kurikina legalize kurse to it modu biga jaga to this much distance kilometer should be maintained from education institution or religious institution it can be dalo pare aro ekjon ke iman kinma parbo iti hasa par bi legalize koro pare to kwa nishna ami khan itu legalize no rakhe to business people they are going to do they are going to sell the alcohol randomly aro itu kila ekla nugine drinks bi bahal bi ekta bi bigana parbo health biya hoi jaise to asam de iman sosta para loike na ite ahase taxation ga hai jaise na so we are not encouraging people to drink even if you don't encourage bachans pra bon bi koti she bachans pra prohibition to charges khan pra against kokina pura uthai disha Nagaland de modu ni dikhao jeshe workable things ase to jai kine kinbol ase to so we are not talking about a revenue lo khota koshi man bishi olta bolta hoje halbi 300 400 cr yearly jase khat kati de jabi develop hoise na that money could have been here but we are not thinking about the revenue also we are talking about manly health human health like this has so even if we don't lift or even if you lift it is same thing only but the worst thing is restrict rahi holta biya hase so we said why don't we try and it's not that mohan to nasab Nagaland de kurbi kwan hoido we are not asking the government of Nagaland to lift in the entire Nagaland. Mahan Dimapur CEOs as best organizations who consider themselves to be as stakeholders. We have discussed why don't we try lift kurkina, why don't we see whether it will benefit us or not. Itu kuala si. So Dnsu makan stand to acha makan why not trial basis will be course habo. Nah, and if it is benefiting for all round na health hobby noile in terms of revenue hobby help kurse kilo to Dimapur kile why don't we try? Because even if you stop it man ini bigasu to itu hesab makan de legalize kuro lagi makan Dnsu kan tu itu kuala si.
Sir, kami kan saya kena jai syukur itu. Dia CSOs kami bisip hal kamu pada saya. Aro bisip waktu takkan checking kan holi bi jai kena. Tukan kan dia lebih takkan jai na mudukan turi kena. Destroy bi kurang kan dikit berapa saya. Holi bi itu bra cutu tukan di jai kena itu bra itu seize kuri kena destroy kurang solution olah ni dikit. Kaya na sulit itu syndicate system tu itu Nagaland di bisip dah orang saya. तो यदि Dimapur पैसे साइड ना जैसे बोले तो kan cutu तो ये तो सब every nook and corner दे थका निशना itu night club kami bisa active हुई कि ना usually restaurant बाबा kan भी itu kan pabi दिखी वो पड़े से तो
so like I've already said na कोई नहीं ना से pubs khande club khande underage kan घुसा से class 10 pass नहा मन class 8 7 तक भी ले जा सकते restriction नहीं clear restriction नहीं the club itself is illegal ना when the alcohol is not supposed to sell, they are running a bar. Busam jana point to. To I'm kan Dimapur naga sin jai kena rukha bi ko lebi to we are not the authority badi ko ase. To underage nokri bi ko lebi to the club itself is not legal. Illegal ase to business run korte illegal ase to restaurant de chutu ban bigal bi it illegal ase to. That's the point na you go everywhere all the proper restaurant biga ase to. To ami kan tade jai kena Dnsu kan na jai bi koi. To student khana life man biha ase. Na jabi koi hali jiti itu bahal pro lift kuri kena legalize kuri kena tala rules and regulation government of excise department kan itu barang yang thakshi kuli to allowed no kuru to we can also go and tell the bars and lodge not to entertain any underage people itu student life biya korala se sab jaga ta jabi uniform na thakshi kuli to age na sai to mundu bigai di to state in the sabi na kun bala pastor bacha minister MLA bacha officers la bacha excise department la malik la bacha politician la bacha tak bhi mudu khas dete na sab jaga de to jiti legalize hoshi ke liye to aadhar card mangu pan card mangu to compare kurbu to koi show me your I card jara milane ke mudu ni bikabo itu kan kina kon implement karbo only when it is legalized ne to practical bhaibo lage de to ami to husa koto kobo see me I am talking basing on as a secular leaders of secular organization, I am taking based on reasoning, logic, experience. There is no intervention of divinity, and I am not against the church organization. For going against it is against the Christian ethics, and they can never say implement it, don't implement it. They can never say. But as CSOs, we are not asking permission from the NBCCs or any church organization. We are asking the government of Nagaland because it is the government of Nagaland that should implement. We are not interfering in any church organization. We are not against it. We do understand them. But let the government also do its work. Let the churches also do its work. GT charges can be to recover lagi ko to Dnsu kan iman banga bang kota kam te charges kan ko thakishe. Point ate bursin bujana. To thik ase ami kan bado lagi na bon korbo kolibi support korbi. To charges kan bi ki kora rukhai dibi na mokhan support korbo to. Iman was arab ni ko nishna chutu mutu dukan la banga bangi korigena that is the fact I'm talking about kunma mandu theng bara jaigna pasta choita bottle loigena aigena gur par chutney banaigena bigaigena bachakhan ga pora asu to now I'm not encouraging that they should do this business holbi durishe guli to police kan holbi under kan sales ta khan ge duri to syndicate khan ge nuduri to ani the syndicate malik khan in terms of lakhs crores charge the donation kora se loi dras biga man bi to charge to donation loi see, mohan itu practical la khata ka ase. So here we are not trying to mock anyone, or here we are not trying to supersede anyone. What we are trying to say is practically by wall again. Na, itu garne thik ase charge kan bon kor dibi na, rally jabi na, protest koribi na, sab vandalize kor dibi na. That's the point of it. We will support them.
Since you have also mentioned regarding about the churches, jadi kami kan saya kira jadi itu Nltp 1989. Itu implement हुई है इतिया मेंगा लगा Nagaland state 36 years इतिया implement हुई है चासे और kita itu mau लगा NLA laga kiba de house de olibi kita elected members kan itu laga opore debate kurlibi churches kan firmly stand kurigina itu Nltp act to na tabo lagi wena tahan itu firmly stand kurage itu laga opore itia season aise hornbill laga time bi itia do aise iti government la side pra itia notification olai na taka do iti koi made December 1 to 10 do itia foreign tourist kan ge takan teka bole khuli gina ase hoi provision de saina jaise bole do itu Nltp act itu laga provision bi ase itu laga itu bi ase likhi gina bolibi itu churches kan itu laga opode itia do 10 days kan do man silent bo ase takan laga moral duty pra holibi itu objection bi nokri gina ida takam ami kan itu dikhibo parise do yedi churches kan laga role in a society takan laga role ki hobo lagi itu policy making din na tan intervene nokri gina.
See, that's the point I'm talking about. See, 1989 till today, na prohibition to bigas na ne rukhawa parishe para nai to na to if I ask you charges kan rai to mudla dukan pura khula to bon kurbo lage, do you think what will be answer if I say that charge kan rai to mudu dukan against Quran national mudu dukan pura bon kor dema board kiman outlet ase sab bon kurbo lage syndicate malik kan ge expose kurbo lage durbo lage effortless kurbo lage charges kan pura action lobo lage. So what will you say? Are they the right body to do such thing? Exactly, that's the point I'm talking about. Now, that's the point I'm talking about. They can preach soul ke save karuna. I really appreciate this. Nagaland Joint Christian Fellowship, they're organizing revival here. Na, dikshin dikana revival kar stadium there. Almost 20 years abandoned ko dishe 100 CR tate hornbill te dalkina ase. Celebrate kurubole ঠিক itu jaga de abandon করে la corruption jaga de তখন revival করছি তো মান গিদের করছি তো I went there yesterday iti interview খতম হচ্ছে মই জবল আছে I feel so blessed being there. I think we need more revival na then talking about alcohol if I'm not wrong 10 days karni spiritual holiday lo lish ki the entire church organization 10 days karni to isur ke application likh lishe Jesus Christ ke application likh lishe 10 days karni ami kan holiday lo bode to isur pratik ase 10 days karni apne sukun bon korlibe mudu bigaw di koise point logic te khota ko ase de I'm not against anyone, okay? And I know there will be someone who will curse me also. My own friend, my good friend, he's a politician. Ta mage curse kurche. Tai curse kurche. Charge la number tai na mage curse kurche. I feel mon bia pa nai. My friends they are calling me and say, "Ah, makhan sab ke curse kurche kurche." I told them, the person who is cursing us, he is also a sinner like me. Every one of us here is a sinner. Nah, me as a secular organism, what am I supposed to say? To kwa nishna itu who was that government of India pra deny kotela to but tala Bill Graham la bachana ko naise question ajne but I forgot but Franklin I still remember to ta ki deny kurche why are they not voicing out okay government of Nagaland to support kurche to karni to government of India de kurche it kan to spread hoise to that he is coming to Nagaland dai bo de ani to what are the organization thing charges organization thing in Nagaland na instead of this thing where is the rehabilitation center rehab ko aise charges kan paisa ase de na thakan hoide big organization rehab center drugs kam man la rehab ko de banagina ase komti asu to counseling ko de digena ase instead of that rehab center bishi khulibina education institution bishi khulibina na drugs la hobi alcohol hobi rehab center khulki to will it be not that helpful na helpful taibo to aro kwa nishna we need more revival na so they are saying it's against the see this is very complicated okay very complicated we cannot undermine the wisdom of God halibu konishna if you talk about the Christian ethics is it only the alcohol that is against the ethics of the Christian how about corruption how about development contractor kan paisa kha to nole bureaucrats kan politician kan public la paisa kha to is it not against the ethics of the Christian if we have to talk about it so what I'm saying is ami khan itu kwa tu mohan practical pra khoto ka ase based on reasoning and experience ta ami khan itu dali sabi na and if it does not work we can still again live kar ta aru mohan prohibit kor parbo but why don't we when drugs are getting cheaper than alcohol we are not encouraging people to drink alcohol but even if we prohibit it's still going to continue kiman mudu sebi middle class family 300 200 300 bora অলপ ভাল ড্ৰিংকছ পাব থকাটো না আসাম পৰা এতিয়া পঞ্চী কিলোটো 600-700 হৈ যায় তো না তো বিজনেছ কৰা মান বি টেক্সেশ্যন পৰা খাই দিয়ে আছে CSOs including CSOs including student organization ne including students organization underground police sab bhi tabara illegal number posa utha asu to business kora man ki kurubo 100-200 la drinks bia wala to kingina anibo at the same time tate adulterate drinks bikabo out of 600-700 bikase to middle class man to mure ase you got hospital bureaucrats kan officers kan minister mela kan pura imported drinks liquor khasu to kanto scotch khan khasu to na I'm not encouraging tate point ti bujibi tate tarki askor to itu ekla nohi ke na student organization ek tabi jagna donation manga asu to itu illegal khan ge I'm also student organization let me speak the fact misa noko lage de husak naga mangi husak kota ko lage aro donation dibi charge dibi jasu no hoy rukhawa parbo apni khan nole organization khwa parbo so mo khan ita khota ka tu si ki ko faith is a personal choice it's my personal choice and I am not against Christian I mean churches organization going against lifting of prohibition but moi ko to if they are really talking about only the ethics of the Christian there are so many things corruption be to against the ethics of the Christian not only that, they can go preach somewhere my salvation is not safe my soul is safe but I'm not here to win an argument I'm being very practical here na to soul khan ge save kro bole na charges down bana majority bana eklan hoy gena isu to charge down banai ko nai to maybe there could be more like rehab and more counseling glab khan le nche jai kena praise and worship korbi preach korbi na street te nobody will cross them to tahan cross no koru to thik glab le nche te praise and worship kori kena preach korshik to kon man tate church jabo nagamoni is a society naga to ekta nagaland is a society nagamoni small society we're small population everybody knows us for example to apni bhi na khai par hibe example apni khai to apni ite jai kena ekta and gorna jai ke bar develop ekta de ber mar lobo to apni bar jabo ka tante bar thik jatante bar len jete servant of God khan pra preach kota stop ni to par kono jabo khabole na thabe jai jabo to itu khante focus kole bhalo hobo neki na itu khande focus kole bhalo hobo neki chargers te thousands missionaries kan patabo kocha how many people are safe nagaland te soul man save hoigina se focusing on soul save korbole focus kole to bhalo hobo condition ase so it's simple as that if they really want to prohibit na ma khan bi support korbo bon kodibi parana kole to kina korbi te khan ge answer itu dibi kila bon ko na pare na bon korbi guru kita bon ko parsho kita bon ko parshe that's the big question here so Dnsu we are saying if at all this is prohibition is doing more harm then why don't we try lifting now if you are sick and the medicine is not working why not you try new medicine see faith na ami ko see suppose moi bi ekta believer ase I'm a servant of God moi bimar hochile moi dawai khan na khai ami TB bimar ase gole to ami sida presenter jai kena partner korina bhalo jabo of course miracles are there ami eta cancer asile moi khema na marbo bimar thakile dawai khai to isur ke partner korina dawai khai to na to rehab te khule ase by chance bar rehab run kora ase to rehab te kina run kore rehab run kora te ekta rehab te drugs khaman ka anishe drugs khaman ka anishe addicted ekbar bar na chhare to mur jai to busum jane rehab te drugs rehab te ekbar bi apni khan jai sabi drugs addict thaka man gene ekbar pura change no kore to rehab te thaka man khan na din te ekbar dibo dui ino kona se se bra 2 din gap korbe ekbar hafte ekbar din chhare to jidi to rehab center charges organization gusi kena isur la against ase aji chhad bikli to patient mur jabo to rehab te na so see mo khan itu practical lo khata ko ase to rehab run korshikili bi to even if the rehab is run by the church organization they will also apply the same procedure of how to help the addicted person out of that non hai to itu nishna practical lo khata ko ase minam to let us be practical here ete ego na thakibo lage ego na thakibo lage I'm not saying it's ego lebi kunba to ego bi thakibo pare na to ego bi na thakibo lage and practical bi thakibo lage let the government do its work let the churches also do its work whatever belongs to government give it to government whatever belongs to God give it to God that's what I will say.
In the recent press conference, the committee, they've said that 90% of the consultations have been done, and they're going to do the last consultations in the upcoming year, 2026, and they will also be submitting the last representative to the government of Nagaland. So according to you, it is successful, or what is your take on this?
See, it is about success or not success. See, majority of the people want a practical solution in this. Okay, it is not a war or a fight with any other organization. Simple as that. Or we are not telling the government of Nagaland to live in the entire Nagaland. Mukung te dalbal mona thaklu to na dalbina. Zinibote dalbal mona thaklu to na dalbina. Kohima te dalbal mona thaklu to na dalbina. Dimapur civil services kanpura government of Nagaland ke live kuring na sabi. Sai sabi ko asu to. Sai sabi ko asu. Or just because live hoisha dimadum legalize hoisha bacha khan ge no let the way the people are talking like legalize go to school to sab rindi baju bota hoje bokse rindi baju pola pura ase na man mudu khagne jagra to pola pura kura ase mudu to leave kurbi nukuri jagra to kura se naga mano khunde asu to murder to kurbla se rape to kurbla asu to leave kursi kurde murder kurbo rape kurbo rindi baju kurbo kose to leave ha nai is prohibited to hoshna ha nai kotha to see the good and the evil exist since time immemorial. During the time of before Christ, after Christ, personally God came, soul ke save. I think focus on saving soul. We should focus on saving soul as an organization. Na, aru ite aglan hoy kena ami khan ito kwatu thechik ase. Itu lift go dishe kelu to. The way the people are talking about is like man ki encourage crash. It's not about that. Please don't get me wrong. Itu legalize kote karne ami khan case loike na sab hostel de orphanage la gote noile nathaka malo gote mudu free bread dibola non huidu noile charges church la gete rakhit bola non huidu noile bosi gete free drinks rakhit bola non huidu. It's never about that. Uthali man to khabole asu. That's the fact. Now what is the solution here? What is the solution, you tell me? As an individual, you are putting up a question on me. What is the solution here? Isn't it good if you legalize it? Legalize kurikina liquor bahal limitation thakibo. Na, age limit thakibo. Wherever you go. Glab jabi, bar jabi, mudu bika manbi. Aro, example, you go to Delhi and all, there are certain places. One person cannot buy more than 6 bottles. Inakabi thakido. See, it can be legalized kurikina. But legalize no kurikina man ki kurbi ka to thik nahi to. No sheklo to glab man run kura se mudu bika se to bon kurbi na no kure to na to legalize kurishil proper legalize proper security glab pray man ke morai de asu to glab te bunduk legino gus jasu to public safety nahi to legalize kurishil ke liye to security will be given by the police na busam jana hai to man tate mara baji jagara kurishil ke liye to example. For example, you go to other places, type of minister la bacha hobi, type of bricks la bacha hobi, type of student leader hobi, bitute jagra kurse kiki hochile to bonsor kan mo thakne pheka de to. Because they have the right. Na, itu dina parbo. Bundu glab biture bundu phutai de so kase checking nai. Aru kina kuna check kuru ko when the glab itself is illegal, they are not supposed to run korasu to kina kuna to bon korbo lagibo. Kila bon no kore. That's the question. So we are saying, why don't we try lifting and legalize it and try to properly implement with alcohol, liquor, action regulation. Yeah. So that's our thing. And if at all, itu lift no kurba lagya prohibit kurba kala am khan to full ase. That full support ase. But we have tried that. Dnsu man try kurshe nagaman sab jana ase. Sab mane ek bar to Dnsu la biya khota khota just because we started, vandalizing all these shops and breaking of all these liquors and all, I'm khan to police khan ge bhi hand over no kurkena charges itu ho khan ke mati kena nale nagamadu association kan mati kena bhanga bhangi kursu to. But we couldn't stop it. Upor te sendi ke thaka man khan to gote bhaya se na thaka man ke hi diktra dia se na dahon man khan ko judicial najne they are all closely tied with the government. Open secret ase open secret ase chargers khan de down donation de ase. There is no open secret. So this society is run by religious and politics. our society is run by religious and politics. Na, to duty, religious and politics, religious alag thakibo lage. Na, politics alag thakibo lage. Governing alag thakibo lage. Governing and this thing alag thakibo lage. Na, that I really believe that. Holy be Nagaland no context hat na inagan hoide. Bhal bal subido. Alag no hai. Iki milki na kam kora ase. To prohibit kori man halo kora ase to 10 days karne dikna kona allowed korishi. Chupchap bhoi jaise. And na kunba media khanda halo kora ase kunba influencer khanto. Hindi baji kone bera antichrist ase koshi to antichrist jaga to yes koi decision hoy. Aro government of Nagaland bi man pra hala kurlibi nukurlibi ta khanto dal bule dal si ta dal decision hoy. Man pra hala kuru dibi ma khanto 10 days khanto ma khanto leave kodo kasu do. To government can do it, but they are not doing it. Government be the hypocrisy game khela su do. This government are playing hypocrisy and charges can be tahan bi support kuro kolo to we will support them. Hon tahan bi na pare kolo to tahan bi bhai sabo lage. Rather focusing on alcohol, focusing on saving souls, rehabilitation center, counseling, revivals. Next year bi aro kasu mo to next year bi aro inaga dong revival kuro kasu do. That is how you should compete with the corrupted government. That is how you should compete with the evil na. Bushim jana mo point bujado. I think you are getting my point. The yete abandon korishi to stadium to 20 years karni. Every year 100 crores to phekai horn bill kura su to. Holbi to stadium to banabo na pare. Na no hai. To Nagaland Joint Christian Fellowship ra yete dal disha bisi manla soul to save hoishe. Kunba to hilbi hogena thakyo pare. And then preach korishi to Apostle Anki just preach. Christian is not about religion. It's about teaching of Jesus Christ. It's about relationship with God. That is very true, okay? And even Jesus never preached about religion. It is the relationship with God. So, and I used to say this, and the same thing said by Sir Ankit, and that was true. And there are so many good things I learned from him also. So that kind of revival, we need more revival. We need more, rehabilitation center. We need more counseling. We need more campaign, spiritual campaign. Itu lagi ase. And then practically kwanishna charges kan pura bon kodi bika ase hali bon ko na pare it's not working tahan mon biya bogle biya paw dibi na ara tahan pura khulbi tahan ki khulbi ko boli kabine I'm telling them like charges can never say khulbi itu tahan na pare to even if I'm a servant of God if I'm a servant of God I will never say ki mudu de bigabi ko na paru to it's against the Christian ethics I do understand that but here our opinion is not asking permission from the churches. We are telling the government of Nagaland. As a secular organization, I am talking basing on reasoning, logic, practical experience, and not with the intervention of divinity.
Okay, in the coming days, if at all this act is uplifted, and it so happened that revenue is increasing for the state, and on the other hand, the students are facing this adverse impact due to this upliftment of the act becoming more addictive to the alcohol. And where do Dnsu stand? Like, will you still support uplifting the act, or will you stop because the students are, having like negative impact?
See, I have already told you clearly. I gave a condition. See, Dnsu, our stand is very clear. Why don't we try lifting and alcohol regulation, legalize korigena into liquor acts and it would legalize korigena delisabo. See, and the question you ask is very genuine. It's practical also. But let us first reach that day, na. Musim zane. Man bimar thakam de dawai khai to dawai bhal thakana gele to why not we try new medicine? If this approach is not working, why not we try another approach? Na. Our student bana khase addictive khase same thing. That teli will never change. Nakamalo khunde ase de mudu khamandu leave kuri nukuri khabola ase. That teli will never change. Revenue to utha uthibiti charabi. Revenue to uthibola ase. Revenue uthibola ase. Holibi, I'm telling you, okay, I can assure you, I cannot guarantee, but I can assure you, prohibition will do affect more than lifting. I am telling you, okay, affect more than lifting. Man, mudu available hajo kaso, mudu de available haso, available haso. Go anywhere. This is my office, okay? Just go there. There is mudu de available haso. Any kind of mudu. Holibi drinks bang nahi to. Adulterated drinks, na. So, lifting or not lifting, effect student khabola ase. Holibi there will be biggest change biggest change in social life. Social life. I'm not now. Let's not talk about this religious thing. I'm not capable. I'm not entitled to speak on that. Halibi, underage kan khotom hoje bola ase. 21 years dal dibo tu. 21 years dal dibo. Aro kun likhor pra 21 years above bika ase tara trade license cancel hoi dibo. Practically the kotha ase to uniform kan bika bi type of student hashiklu that 21 years age to rakhau na parbo. Keeping in mind that they cannot buy such kind of alcohol in uniform, but keeping in mind that they are above 21, they can drink. Nah, I'm not encouraging it, but if it is legalized, you go to club and bar जैसे तो they will ask for your ID card. 21 years and below to allow you no kurbo. फालतू मान बंदूक लेकिन आएबो मुदु खागिन आएबो nothing will happen. Security will be given by the authority law enforcement agency. Anything happen, police can arrest करलो. होली भी बिदुर मन खान आइशे बाहर मन खान आइशे आर्मी खान आइशे पुलिस खान आइशे ना politician खान आइशे भी legalize कर they will behave well. No one is above the law. The weaker section of the people are also going there. They will behave well. जिति ग्लब ते जाकर आइशे ना तो ग्लब ला मालिक पर पुलिस के माते आसे सिक्योरिटी भी गोगी ना बंदूक तो पुलिस जाइशे तो पुलिस इनकरेज करास नो इतु इलीगल बिजनेस के एगर म point no. So, as a reporter, you try to get to know the tally of how many people's lives have been lost because of this liquor. Prohibit kura karni man ke bachai na rakha se itu nohoi de. Nothing as such. Christmas te jabi mudu khai, New Year mudu khai, every day khai na. Into kan makan gazu, like you said, it will affect the student, it will never affect. Whatever affect hoishe, it will affect hobola ase. But it will decrease. That will bring some control to it. Control to legi na abo. To control the abo to act and regulation thakbo lage. So we are saying jite apni kwa nishna happen hosheklo to aro prohibit koribo. We said why don't we live and see? Itu khota ko alasu to. Na. So बिया चीज थी भी बहाल चीज थी भी बहाल वाला चूज कर बिया चीज थी भी you have to choose कौन तो वाला से तो if you are regular drinker आपने के adulterated drinks खाबी को ना बहाल क्वालिटी खाओ कौन तो खाओ बहाल क्वालिटी खाओ it will affect you ना है बहाल क्वालिटी खाओ तो बहाल क्वालिटी खाओ बोले तो आपने पैसा आसन नहीं दाम आसे नगरन दे बोटा से मन दाम हो जिसे तो कौन कैफे को आसे कौन कैफे को आसे अपनी कैफे को आसे अपने हेल्थ और अपनी चार जन न जाए तो ऑफरिंग डाले so see we are all coexisting so it balance जानबो लागे practical approach करबो लागे ना so it cannot be imposed charges cannot impose rules and regulation on us faith is personal ना इतलो खतो का समय तो